what happened in the last video.
So would you like to hear more?
And here is more, MrDudeManSir.
Hangman's Gambit. Oh man,
the letters are R and G, so...
Oh. So, is it Hina? Yeah, there's definitely an A. Oh, we need to go in order. Okay. Wait, it's not. What? There's only 2 letters to begin with, so it must be U and A.
Waiting.
What? What in the world? I don't know what to do. I have 0 clue. Is it R?
What?
No, it can't possibly.
Yeah, it's hair.
Hair? I clicked A already,
You're not
though.
supposed to know the answer. You have to go in order. H-A-I-R.
Yeah, I clicked
yellow,
A.
There's an I already there. You have to click A and then R.
Yeah, I clicked R. Oh, you have to shoot it twice? What?
You have to keep clicking it until it breaks.
Oh, okay.
If it's red,
That
then you
makes
have to
sense.
click
You're shooting the
multiple
yellow
times.
ones.
Yeah, I was. I was shooting it once, but I found it anyways. That's right, there wasn't even a single hair on the floor. Wow.
So the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all my hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene was in my room.
Gone was to remove that Sayaka had ever been there. Hence, does it not? No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just the hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true. Okay, so then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
Or got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit.
Redeemed. But are you sure we can't decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it? What do you mean? Fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and that evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Oh my. He broke the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? There we go. Doorknob. Makoto's
Doorknob.
yeah. Okay, present. You have to right click it. I present this to thee! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob from my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed and the doorknob's about ready to fall off, even though you have to think of it in your mind, and if you haven't seen it, there's no clue that you would even understand what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
Trying to bypass... God damn it. In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion. It's because she's talking at the same time, so I'm trying to...
Just look at T-toko there. She's like so smug.
So what you're saying, he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully, that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at all, but is that a key point here?
Bewildering?
Yes.
There's a bit more to learn. How to read about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Absolutely.
Sure. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate, so be careful. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you will also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck, and have fun.
Alright, let's do this. Let's not die. Okay, so this is all about the bathroom door frame.
Yeah, we just need to find the point where we can lift it off easily without removing the doorknob.
Yeah, that's obviously attack the main room. Plus, like, why would I break down the doorknob when my doorknob, I knew how to open it. I'm the only person that knew how to.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. So, we're gonna go through all the text, right, and then come back to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, that's the thing, the locked it. The locked it.
Yeah,
was
locked
wrong.
it's not true because it can't be locked.
Yeah. So it's just sort of speed through the rest, I guess. Come on, Toko, don't make your conclusions. It's not because the door was locked. No, there's a different reason entirely. Yeah, let's speed through and go, like, completely shoot a hole right in that dude's idea. Yeah, there it is, locked. Object! Oh, what? I missed it! I apparently waited too long and the red words missed the word. Like, the... What? Alright.
Potato aim.
Yeah. I shot it, but then it disappeared right in time. Clicked it. Objection! I broke it. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locked bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit the frame quite right. Moonoookuumaa over there can testify. Testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all, is it?
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. The killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked, so they tore apart the doorknob to get in. But then why would the killer even think that the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known that you can't lock any boys' bathrooms. The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was, it took place in my... Obviously, it took place in my room.
Yep.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Come on, Froggy.
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they wouldn't have to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Also, it had to have been a man that did it because they had a toolkit, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there was a man that had a grudge against me.
apparently.
Oh,
But
they
no.
went for Sayaka.
They went for me. Oh.
Well, remember, the,
Yeah, they went after-
the
okay.
nameplates have been switched, right?
Yeah,
So my room looked like Sayaka's. Okay, they went after Sayaka.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident, but the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, It was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something wrong I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto could have done it? That's what I've been trying to tell you, that I say in my mind.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I gave up. Quit without saving.
Alright, Alt F4.
But what happens? What happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we have to vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our next on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
We need to learn something about that magic ball. Like more.
Have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed! It's fine, just ask a question! Oh yeah, okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how'd the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes, how did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Moonoookuumaa made it quite clear that the locks are unpickable.
Fine, how about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Miyazona just let him in.
No way! That cannot be either.
Oh, trying to argue against me. Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. I am a 49 level paladin, you little bitch. Okay, hello, why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was, I say in my mind, not telling them about it. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka could let someone in because... switching rooms, maybe? No.
I mean, she was afraid. She wouldn't have let anybody in the room. That's why she switched in the first place.
I think it's switching rooms.
Is it? Probably.
Yeah, because we switched room in the first place because someone tried to break into her door.
Yeah, okay, let's just do that. Objection! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
That's not right. Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? The fact that she wasn't scared. She was obviously scared out of her freaking mind. Why would she lie about something like that?
No, you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. It's just us two. In 5 minutes, come see my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man, I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper and you see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap, I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on. Oh.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Ah!
Means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't, but...
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature, Sayaka's signature.
Then...
Her handwriting is worse than mine.
Yeah. Mine's worse, but it's pretty bad. Then that note, Sayaka wrote it. But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. Must have slid it under their door to let them know that she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist? Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well, pay attention.
Oh boy, argument time. Alright, let's see what she has to say. Yeah, that's obviously correct. Does it? Does it say my room? I'm pretty sure it does. Nope, the room that Makoto was staying in. Did you get anything out of that?
Well, it's because they switched the nameplate, so if it says my room, they still would have gone to the place that said Sayaka's name on the door, which means that Sayaka's the one who switched the plates.
Yeah, that does mean that.
So we gotta shoot the my room one, right?
Yeah, the killer went
No.
to my room instead of Sayaka's, and
Not the minor one.
Okay.
Nope,
That's
that's
not
not
the
it,
one after
apparently.
that.
Alright, so,
The one after that one.
not switched rooms, not my room, but the room that Makoto was staying in?
Correct, because
Okay.
he was staying in the room with the Makoto nameplate.
Okay.
Alright, yeah,
Back around
I accidentally missed it. Because long snaking words, but I can't shoot that thing apparently. Okay, shoot it! Coward. That just shattered her face.
Oh no, her face.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's room got switched.
Got
Oh, I thought we
switched.
already came to that conclusion already.
We
Yeah,
didn't
but-
openly say that.
Okay.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then
I read it, we're good.
someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was, well, of course, it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched the rooms was, well, it was the killer, right? Right?
Would have been Sayaka.
Yes, pick that one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The only other person that knew we switched rooms. Oh wait, no, it had to be Sayaka, right?
You almost
I-
picked it too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was me and Sayaka that knew about it.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I know. I was trying to get him to pick the killer.
That,
But,
please.
I mean, both of these are correct. Both of us know that. Like, why is it the other person? But there's
Because
two
you
right answers.
obviously didn't.
Okay. Sayaka. Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would have ever been able to switch nameplates was Sayaka. Okay, I was
Also
confused on what
incorrect.
the purpose of that was.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
Specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. Would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What? Inviting someone to your room but not telling me you switch rooms? Why would anyone do that?
Understand that. First need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was, probably, whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in the initial struggle. Yes, I think you're right.
Then, we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight? Oh yeah, what's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to use it for defending myself. It seemed pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Wasn't there, like, dust?
Yeah, I think there was gold on it.
Yep. Sayaka's wrist. I'm
yeah.
clicking on it, yep. Objection! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist and it should become pretty clear. Right there, on my mind. You can see that her wrist is all swollen and there's some glitter there.
Is that gold?
It sure is, specifically the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because... I got it! Because she got hit with the sword right there on her wrist.
Yeah, I see, and so the truth draws ever closer.
In history.
What happened in my room, and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear.